Hi again. My name is Rebel and I'm the Rebel Reseller. And today I'm going to be doing the first half of my What Sold video, which will be for last week, Monday through Thursday, November 11th through the 14th. And my sales were really good those 4 days. They've actually been pretty good since, this pretty much the last half of this month. So I'm very happy. And, hopefully it's going to keep going for a few more weeks. And then I'm going to be getting ready to go on vacation anyway. And so we'll just be not really worried too much about how sales are going.
If y'all see a random hand swatting around, we have a gnat in here.
Gnat, Shani, your gnat came here. Yeah, we've got a gnat that just, of course, when you're talking, it wants to get right here in your face.
It was bothering her in her Zoom call the other night, and I think she shipped it here.
Yeah.
To bother you.
Yep.
I'll try to miss you when I'm swinging.
Okay, yeah, please don't bop me. Don't bop me. All right, let's go ahead and get this started. I've got a lot of eBay to share with you, but it's kind of sad when I'm like really happy that I had some sales. I had 3 sales on Poshmark. 3. Thrilled. None on Mercari. None. I'm going to give up on Mercari at the beginning of the year. I'll let it ride through the end of this year, but I think I'm just going to close my account. I'm tired of, putting stuff over on there and then nothing happens. I spent probably 30 minutes the other day sending offer, and I hate their offer system because it never resets. It never resets. I send that 10% offer to likers, and it doesn't matter if it's been 5 days or a month. The next offer is 10% less than that. And I can't stand that. So I'm calling it quits on that right after the fourth quarter. I'll focus on Poshmark. And then I haven't decided about Etsy. But of course, eBay's always going to be it for me. It always has been for 25 years. So, that's where I want to put most of my focus. Before we get started, I also wanted to talk about List Perfectly. They came out with their new pricing structure for the Pro Plus plan, which I've been, using for the last few months. They're showing that it's going to be $99 if you're in the level 1 of that tier. I guess there's other levels to it, depending on how many different, it said like accounts or something that you have. But, it's just me doing all the cross listing, so I don't need multiple accounts.
Sub accounts. That way you could have like a VA in there working
Right.
for you, or an employee or something.
Yeah, so I'm thrilled with that. It is the plan that you have to have, though, to do the auto delist, and that has just been a game changer for me. I love that, when something sells, it automatically delists it on all of the platforms, and I'm thrilled. And it's going to just be $99 a month. I know that's not going to be affordable to everybody, but if you can, it's definitely well worth it. Of course, and I'm loving the AI. All of the different levels get AI. The Express Lister to some level. But yeah, I'm really, really looking forward to continuing with using List Perfectly to, manage my inventory for me throughout the platforms. So this is their different plans. Goes from the simple plan, $29, the business plan, $49, the pro plan, $69. That's what all of us have been in the beta for the Pro Plus, but as of January 2nd, you'll have to upgrade to the Pro Plus plan. And then, like I said, that's going to be $99.
There's the listing assistant. So on the simple plan, you get $25 a month.
Yeah.
And then 25 of the background removers. And then on the next plan up, that I can't remember the name of it or how much it was, is 50, and then 100, and then 1,000.
And then 1,000. And I've hardly been using the AI. I'm going to start doing it more with some of my old listings. They just made that available to go into your old listings and regenerate, the titles and all of that stuff. So I plan on doing that soon.
So on the Pro Plus, the tier 1 is $99 a month. You get 1 sub account, 1,000 listing assistant generations, 1,000 barcode scans, and 3,000 background removals. The tier 2 is $149 a month. You get 4 sub accounts, 2,500 listing assistant generations, 2,500 barcodes, and 7,500 background removals.
Mm-hmm.
And then the tier 3, you get 9 sub accounts, 5,000 listing assistants, 5,000 barcodes, and 15,000 background removals for images.
Yeah, and I've heard that there's also going to be like an enterprise level, kind of like what eBay has, you know, where it's like, I don't even 2,000 a month or something. Not for List Perfectly, but eBay actually has a level over the Anchor store. That's just a really large number of listings. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to continuing using the Pro Plus and using it even more next year. Right now, just trying to get through fourth quarter, but it'll be a new thing for me to start with when we get, you know, into the new year and things slow down a little bit. Let's go ahead and get started with the things that sold on Poshmark for me. This first one was a pair of Old Navy distressed women's jeans, and they sold for $20. And then this Love Every Bunny Rabbits felt little toy with 2 little bunnies. I remember picking this up at the bins. I think it was actually supposed to have a 3rd bunny. Never did find it. And it sold for $20 on Poshmark.
How do you say that word?
I say Love Every.
Love very?
Or Love Very.
How about Lovevery?
I don't know. To me, it just Love Every. Like you love every one of their toys, right? I'm probably wrong.
Or I love everything about you.
Uh-huh. All right, and then these BKE Stella bootcut jeans sold for $26. I love finding BKE jeans. All right, one sell on Etsy. It was for these 3 like Christmas caroler head busts. They were like 3 to 4 inches tall. Just kind of an odd thing. They were in a box lot of Christmas stuff that I picked up at some point, and they sold for $19.95. And then eBay. I have a lot of things to share with you. We're selling a lot of stuff right now. A lot. These were Russ Baby Troll figures. Listed these back in September, and they sold for $11.66. I think what it was is I had the baby listed, and I talk about this a lot. I take a listing down when I want to add something to it. Then I'll add it, bump the price up, and, you know, it hopefully is a positive move towards somebody wanting to go ahead and buy that listing. All right, Under Armour men's track pants sold for $15. I picked this up at a yard sale, I think just a couple of weeks ago. Everything was $1. There was quite a bit of Disney stuff. This is a Goofy coffee cup, and it sold for $14.95. All right, this is Rosemarin or Rosemarine red linen dress. That's my new thing. I like to look for shirts and dresses that are, you know, linen, and then check the different brands that they are. This one sold very quickly. I think I actually picked this up when we were down in Florida. So it would have probably been at the half price sale at America's Thrift, and it sold for $24.04. All right, this was actually in the Snoopy lot that I picked up earlier this summer. Had nothing really to do with Snoopy, but it was in the totes. It is a Wilton Pewter State of Georgia Bicentennial mug, and it sold for $11. Kohl's If You Give a Pig a Pancake plush sold for $10.49. All right, this sat up on my shelf forever. I contemplated keeping it for myself. That was the issue. So I was in no rush to get it listed, but changed my mind about it. It's actually a battery operated like metal lamp. Picked it up at my favorite little estate sale company. Probably only paid a couple of dollars for it, but it's, you know, I've had it for a while. And listed it and sold for $25. All right, this is a viewer sale, so thanks so much, Kim. Kim bought this little mini Christmas ornament, little blue dog, and it sold for $6.72. So thank you very much, Kim. This is Aurora Ebba is the like sub style of it. It was a Big Brother bear plush. Picked it up at the bin, so I don't have very much in it, probably 50 cents or so. And it sold for $14.95. This, I just showed the Cookie Monster the other day and was going to possibly pull this listing and go ahead and add the Cookie Monster to it, but it sold before I could do that. It is an Elmo gunned Sesame Street hand puppet, and it sold for $11.66. Snoring Bear plush from Green Trading Company. I have picked this up a couple of times. Very slow to sell. I probably won't pick it up again. This one was working, had a video showing that it worked, and it sold for $10.76. I'm not sure what took so long for these to sell. We don't find Allen Edmonds very often, but it is one to definitely be looking for. These were the Berkeley style, and they sold finally for $55.96. This was a recent find. I want to say maybe at an estate sale, but it was Phantom of the Opera. I picked up a coffee mug, and then they also had like one of those ceramic tiles. They were both from 1988, and so I just decided to make them a lot. I think there were quite a few of the mugs, but there weren't very many of these tiles, so I was hoping that somebody who is really into the Phantom of the Opera would go ahead and, be able to buy two things, in a lot. And it sold for $26.95. I think this was a Ben's pickup at some point. This is the second one of these ceramic balloon animal dog figures. I'm not quite sure why I didn't say ceramic or resin, whichever one that it's made out of, but I didn't. And it sold very quickly, $8.96. Douglas Panda Bear plush. Most of the small Douglas plush sell for bread and butter. This one was no different. It was a 5-inch plush, sold for $12.95. And Carson women's silk shirt dress sold for $20. That's my new thing when we go into thrift stores, is I start at the dresses. I'm not very good still at sourcing them, but I'm trying. I think the longer I keep watching other people's videos. I love Kaylee Elaine, and I love watching Trash Pandas, just to kind of familiarize myself with different brands to be looking for, and the keyword styles and that type of stuff. I do like using List Perfectly's AI to help me generate the titles and the descriptions. But it also helps if you can know the styles and stuff. I guess there's a whole thing, cottage core and fairy whims and whimsical. I don't know them all. I'm still learning. But those are the two that I really enjoy watching. So if you're into clothes or wanting to get into clothes, definitely watch their videos to help you learn the things that they're picking up that, that sell for, $20, $25 and up. But I love when I can sell a clothing item, for 20 plus. All right, this is Kurt Adler Peanuts, Snoopy, and Lucy. These were in the Snoopy lot that I picked up. If you haven't been watching my videos very long this summer, I picked up 4 huge totes full of all things Snoopy. Paid $150. I still have a tote I haven't gotten to. I might go ahead and get that one out this next week. But it's one item paid for double the amount that I paid for the entire lot. So I'm way into the profit. These 2 ornaments sold for $19. These are little Sesame Street figures. A lot of times when I find them at the bins, I find more than one. They came in sets. I did have a couple of, the one duplicate in there. But I enjoy picking up the Sesame Street figures. I still have a tote that I haven't gotten to that I need to get to. But these few characters sold for $17.95. Christmas stockings, I pick them up all year long. I like to find the ones that are needlepoint, vintage, like this one was a hook stitch, just anything, all things Christmas, especially stockings. And this one sold for $20. I think I picked this up at the bins. It was just the A-frame replacement door to a Fisher-Price Little People vintage set. It sold instantly. It kind of crazy was I started getting offers immediately. And before I could even deal with offers or counter offers, somebody bought it for full asking price, $24.95 just for the replacement door. Disney Mickey Mouse Lovey. A lot of them are bread and butter. Some are even a little bit less. Listed this one back in January, so it took a while to sell, but it sold for $7.15. If I pick this up at the bins, it's probably maybe 25-35 cents for this. So I'm still making a large profit on it, even with fees and everything else. And I didn't say this at the beginning of my video, but I don't offer free shipping. So all of these have included the buyer paying extra for the shipping. All right, Lands End. This was a really old listing. I'm probably not going to be picking up these backpacks like this anymore. It just took too long to sell, and it finally sold for $10. You know, this is the good, the bad, and the ugly. Kids Dimensions, Barney Dinosaur. I picked a bunch of these up at a yard sale. I want to think it was the one that had tons and tons of McDonald's stuff that we went to a couple years ago, because it has been listed a long time. Funny thing is I just pulled another one of the die-cast Barney character cars out of my smalls from the bins, and I meant to take one of these down. I think I have a couple of them listed. And then try to make a lot. But this one sold, and it was $6.95. But I'm happy with that. I picked these up, again, a long time ago, y'all. I'm selling a bunch of my older stuff. And you know what? Yes, Robert has been sending out large offers, but a lot of these are selling without any offers. I think it's just keeping the algorithm happy. We are sending offers. We are accepting offers. We are running sales, all the things that I talk about. And yet stuff that's been listed for a really long time are selling for me right now during fourth quarter. This little 4.5-inch Art Pilgrim glass base sold for $10.75. Another viewer sale, so thanks again, Tina Lynn. Tina Lynn bought this Precious Moments nativity figurine and 2 of the little tie beanies that I had put in a lot for $21.50. Thanks, Tina Lynn. All right, Tweety, again, a very old listing, y'all. At this point, any of the listings, if I get an offer, I'm taking it. You know, I ain't gonna be ridiculous and take a $1 offer, which I got one of them this week. But, you know, it's not worth fighting over an extra $2 and some to get this item sold. It's not. Make it gone. 511 tactical cargo pants. We pick up a lot of these tactical pants, uniform pants, a lot of times at yard sales. And, you know, we do well with them. These sold for $21. Craftsman Bear, I really thought that this would sell for a whole lot more. This was from my high bid estate sale, so we won this a couple of 3-4 years ago when we first started this channel. Bought a bunch of advertising plush, and this took a while. And I've already received positive feedback. They loved it. They said it was like brand new looking, which it was. And it sold for $8. An example of smalls. These are what I like picking up at the bins. I use Google Lens, and it told me that it was a Pokemon Gengar battle feature with the tongue moved. Got lots and lots of offers on it, and it still sold very quickly for $7. Barrington Pink Dog Lovey with the polka dots. I just sold a small lot of blue of the dog loveys, and now I've sold the pink lot that I had. This one sold for $11.66. Chico's Travelers cardigan jacket sold for $21. American Eagle, y'all. We do very well with it, and it sells very quickly for us. This got listed back in August, and it sold at the sale price of $26.71. They were Airflex men's jeans by American Eagle. Dave Dog. This is covering up the brand. OB Designs. Never heard of it, but it sold for $12. All right, this was listed earlier this year. A lot of times if I can't find anything like it, I'm just going to throw a price on there and see, what kind of offers I get. This was just a little clown jester Jack in the Box figure. The clown itself could come out of the box, but it had like a little spring action thing on it. And I got an offer for $11.75, so I went ahead and accepted it. Quick sell. This was a Wild Republic green tiger. I'm telling you, pinks and greens and blues and the yellows, pastel colors. Anytime it's a different color than what the normal plush is, I do really well. This one sold for $11.66. Carhartt men's blended twill work pants sold for $18. 31. Don't find them very often. This one was in pretty good condition. It was called a Retro Metro crossbody, and again, it sold very quickly, $12. It was a Ben's pickup. Anna Lee. For the most part, most Anna Lee are bread and butter. There are exceptions. I don't pick them up very often. If they're in the bins and they're going to be cheap and they're clean, I'll probably pick them up. But to go to a yard sale, probably not. Especially around here, the Anna Lees and the Precious Moment stuff, it's all way overpriced. Even the tie beanies. So I typically don't pick them up unless they're at the bins. And this one sold for $8.96. Baby doll pretend bottle. Y'all, no manufacturer, Google Lens wouldn't tell me what it went to. I'm still going to list them. They still sell for me. Somebody is going to go looking just using keywords and find them. This one sold for $7.62. It's just a little 5-inch bottle, so less than 50 cents for sure in it. Champion red full zip hoodie jacket sold for $20. Mattel Just Play doll outfit. Again, I didn't know what doll this went to. So I just used everything that I knew, and the person sent me a message saying she was thrilled to find this. She had the doll and was looking forward to putting the original outfit on her. So, sometimes it's just worth throwing it out there with what you know, and it'll get found. It'll get found. Sold for $10.49. Columbia men's Alabama Crimson Tide cargo shorts sold for $21. Dandy Sock Monkey. Sold this one. There was a time I sold every one that I found. They were very popular several years ago, but now they're taking forever to sell. It's going to be another one of those things, unless there's something unique about it. And I always use Google Lens and sold comps to figure out if something is worth picking up, if I even question it. In my brain at this point, sock monkeys are just no. But that's not going to stop me from checking. Always check comps just to make sure that you haven't found a holy grail of sock monkeys and you've passed it because it hasn't been selling well for you. This was a 16-inch one and it sold for $9. J. Crew women's sweater, again, forever, finally sold $10. Smalls from the bins. This is a Tonka TNT Racers set. It was the little push down thing with the cars, and they sold for $15. More of the Snoopy plush. I just kind of put a lot of the like MetLife and Whitman's ones together in a small lot. They had some condition issues. They had some yellowing. They still took less than a month to sell, $14.16. This is advertising plush. I talk about it quite a lot. This was from the St. Louis Busch Stadium hot dog mascot. And this is from one of the really large freight forwarding companies. They always send a message asking you to put their item number on the box. I've never had an issue with this freight forwarding company, and always glad when they do send me a message and purchase items from me. Don't be afraid of freight forwarding companies. I know there's a lot of issues out there with some of them, but so far, as much as I sell to freight forwarding companies, I've never had an issue. And so this hot dog sold for $15.25. Department 56, I pick up a lot of Christmas stuff, and a lot of times these village pieces or Christmas, pieces are like in a box lot, and I'll pay a couple dollars for them. I tend to try to keep like Department 56 or Lamax or oh well, all of them separated, but once in a while then it just comes down to generic ones. And then a lot of times I try to keep like same size together, if that makes sense. I'm not just going to throw a whole bunch of varying sizes together, but I'll keep the porcelain or the plastic. So that's why a lot of times it's just a very small lot of them, because probably these were the only 2 Department 56 pieces in that lot. And they sold for $17.95. More stuff from the Snoopy lot. These were 3 of the hardcover books, and they sold very quickly, $9. Lucky brand, definitely a brand we love to find. They do very well for us. This pair of button fly jeans sold for $20. Robert picked this up at an estate sale. I remember I walked through the house, didn't find anything, just kind of stood outside while he takes a whole lot more time than I do when we are out. Came back out with this, paid $1 for it. It had issues a lot. There were several of the spine tips were broken off, some paint wear, stuff like that, and it still sold for $14.36. Funny story about this. I don't have it set up that I let eBay close out my non-paying bidders. Usually I get to it, usually by the 4th day. I try to check every single day. But I guess I've just been busy and hadn't been checking. And these people took 8 days to pay. But they paid. And I'm thrilled, So sometimes it might, don't be very quick with it. But I tend to, probably by the 4th day, I start ending them. But luckily, my procrastination paid off. This was a Minnie Mouse figure and accessory lot, and it sold for $20. Again, Christmas, of course. These were little 5-inch stockings. Most of them, I think, were Rennick, and they sold for $15.25. A lot of times I don't pick up a lot of Christmas just for this type of stuff. It's for the ornaments and the Christmas village stuff, but a lot of times these are all mixed in with them. And I'm the type that if I've got it, I might as well list it and see what happens. And this paid off for me. All right, we bought 2 of these jackets. Actually, Robert found them at an estate sale that we went to. I want to say we paid, they were supposed to be $5 each. Everything was in a pile, and they ended up saying $20 for everything that we purchased that day. So I'm not quite sure how it all broke down. But this was a Fiji fraternity jacket. This is the second one to sell, and it went to a freight forwarding company also, and it sold for $48. More mini stockings. These 4 sold for $10. Another viewer sale, so thank you so much, Sherry. Sherry purchased this as soon as the video came out where I showed that I had picked this up at the bins. It is Elmo by Orzik Honey Pot Bear plush, and she got it for $13.45. So thanks again, Sherry. Oh, wait, she bought 2 more things at the same time. She bought this Russ Troll doll for $8.96. And she also bought this Disney Star Wars Porg suction cup plush for $9.95. Thanks again, Sherry. All right, getting down to the end. This was a Cupid doll. I used to do better with them. Probably something that definitely would check comps before I pick up again because it did take a while. And it finally sold for $10. And then my best 2 sales. Y'all, look for these. This is Hallmark, which a lot of times Hallmark isn't the greatest as far as value. I pick up a lot of them, and it was a bear. But this is another one of those that had the writing on the foot. I've talked about the rabbits, where the rabbits have like the year on their foot. They're like 12-inch plush. This one, I think it said love you on the foot, and it sold very quickly for my full price, $49.95. So the bears that look like this with the writing on the foot, the rabbits with the dates on the foot are definitely ones to be looking for. But my best sell of the week was this. And again, it was one of my old listings. I don't even remember I picked this up. It could have been a bins pickup. It could have been from an estate sale. But it's no manufacturer. It could have been handmade, but it was just this fluffy monkey. A couple of people who I asked what they thought it was made of said they thought it was made of alpaca. Had a painted face, orange eyes, very, very unique looking. And it sold for $60 offer. So I was thrilled. But sometimes you got to wait, especially with this high dollar stuff. You got to wait for the right buyer. All right. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm working on projects upstairs. I think I'm going to quit the eBay for the day and go upstairs. And y'all, the spice cabinet and the medicine cabinet is overflowing with a lot of stuff that's probably expired. Anybody else feel my pain? Just tons of it. So I think that's going to be my project this afternoon, is go upstairs, clean out those 2 cabinets, and, then restock them with in-date stuff. All right, get to work. Bye.